The Life of King Henry VIII of England, intro, Nai 30. Few kings in history are as famous or infamous as King Henry VIII of England. Known for his 6 wives, his break with the Catholic Church, and his larger-than-life personality, Henry VIII ruled England during one of its most dramatic transformations. This is the story of his life, his power, and the legacy he left behind. A promising prince, Henry VIII was born in 1491, the second son of King Henry VII. As a younger son, Henry was never expected to rule. That changed suddenly when his older brother, Arthur, died in 1502. When Henry became king in 1509, at just 17 years old, England celebrated. He was athletic, intelligent, and charismatic, a sharp contrast to his cautious father. Early in his reign, Henry was seen as a Renaissance prince, excelling in music, sports, and scholarship. His first marriage, to Catherine of Aragon, seemed stable and promising. But everything would change when Henry became obsessed with securing a male heir. The King and the Church, 130-245. Catherine gave birth to several children, but only one survived, Princess Mary. As years passed without a male heir, Henry grew desperate. He believed his marriage was cursed and sought an annulment. When the Pope refused, Henry made a radical decision. In the 1530s, he broke from the Roman Catholic Church and declared himself supreme head of the Church of England. This moment reshaped English history forever. Henry seized church lands, shut down monasteries, and strengthened royal power. What began as a personal problem turned into a religious revolution. 6 wives and rising tyranny. Henry's personal life became legendary. He married Anne Boleyn, who gave birth to Elizabeth but no son. When Anne fell from favour, Henry had her executed on charges of treason. His third wife, Jane Seymour, finally gave him a male heir, Edward, but she died shortly after childbirth. Henry was devastated, but the pattern continued. He married Anne of Cleves, divorced her quickly, married Catherine Howard, who was executed for adultery, and finally Catherine Parr, who survived him. As Henry aged, his temper worsened. Injuries and illness left him obese, paranoid, and increasingly cruel. Executions became common, even among his closest advisors. The later years. By the 1540s, Henry was a shadow of his former self. He ruled through fear and force, but his decisions shaped England's future. His children, Mary, Elizabeth, and Edward, would each go on to rule. Henry's reign saw England move firmly away from Catholicism, though the nation remained divided. The seeds of religious conflict were firmly planted. Death and legacy. 1545-7. Henry VIII died in 1547 at the age of 55. He was buried at Windsor Castle beside Jane Seymour, the wife he seemed to value most. History remembers Henry as both a builder and a destroyer. He strengthened the English monarchy and laid the foundations for the Church of England, but at a terrible human cost. He was a king of extremes, charming and cruel, brilliant and brutal. More than any crown or marriage, it was his force of will that defined his reign and changed England forever.